Hi, if you're in the market for a top-end cordless vacuum cleaner, then I've got two of the best on the market at the moment. First of all, we've got the Bosch Unlimited 10, and then we've got the Dyson Gen 5 Detect. What I want to do today is to show you some of the differences between the two, and also do some comparisons as far as how well they perform. Just before I start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up. What I've done is I've just removed the floor heads and the poles just to make it a little bit lighter for me, because doing that first take made my arms ache a bit. So let's dive straight into it, and one of the main factors when people are looking at purchasing a cordless vacuum is the runtime that you're going to get. On the Gen 5 Detect, the maximum runtime you can achieve is around 70 minutes. I always say around 70 minutes because that will always depend on the suction that you've got it on. So if you've got it on the highest suction, you're not going to achieve anywhere near that. Also, the type of floor that you're vacuuming on, if you're going to use just the tools itself. And then as you go over to the Bosch Unlimited 10, then the maximum runtime on this one, you're looking around 80 minutes. So a little bit longer. It is slightly different on the Unlimited 10 because what you can do is you can purchase different batteries and you can increase the runtime if you wanted to. Now I must say something that both of the vacuums have got is a removable battery. So on the Gen 5 it's ever so easy just to unclip at the front, take that off, and also on the Unlimited 10 you've just got a clip at the back and that will pull off like that. That's something I always recommend looking for in a cordless vacuum, where you've got the ability to change the battery, because there's nothing more frustrating than having a cordless vacuum where you can't take the battery off to replace it and then finding it's the battery that's causing you to have to replace the whole vacuum. When the battery is flat on either of the vacuums, it'll need to be recharged, and the charge time of each vacuum can be a really important factor, especially if you've got a large property where you've got a lot of vacuuming to do all in one go. On the Gen 5, you're looking around 4.5 hours to charge, and the way it charges, you just have a standard charger like this, just plug it in at the front of the vacuum like that. Or the other option is you do get a wall mount with it, so that when it's docked into the wall mount, and if you integrate the charger with it, then once it's docked, then it will charge at the same time. Similar concept with the Bosch, that you do get a standard charger with it that just plugs in at the front here, and again, once it's in the dock, then it can be charging at the same time. But the main difference with this one is you do get an extra charger with it. You do get a fast charger, so if you're in a hurry, then you can actually charge the battery in around 65 minutes, from fully flat to fully charged. And if you compare that, so 4.5 hours on the Dyson compared to 65 minutes on the Bosch, and that could make a huge difference. If you've got a large property and if you've got a lot of vacuuming to do, then having the ability to charge the battery in 65 minutes could be a little winner. For a lot of people, the weight of the vacuum is also an important factor. So I've just got my scales out and I'm just going to pop each vacuum on to see what the weight of just the handheld unit is. So hopefully you can see that. That's 2,075 grams. So just over 2 kilograms, which doesn't seem too bad. And I must say, you can actually feel the weight, that it's not too heavy in itself. If I just pop the Dyson on, a little bit heavier, so 2,285, so around 200 grams difference, which when you're holding them can feel like quite a difference. Next comparison is the bin capacity on each and how easy are they to empty. On the Dyson Gen 5 you're looking at 0.77 litre capacity, and to empty the bin all you need to do is just push this lever down and then all of the dirt will come out. As you can see, it has been used a little bit before, that's why there's a little bit of dust in the end. And if you want to remove the bin, then all you need to do is just press the little catch underneath and then that comes off. Just makes life a lot easier when it comes to cleaning. The Bosch has a much smaller capacity. On this one you're only looking at 0.4 litres compared to 0.77 litres on the Dyson. And to open the bin, all you need to do is press the button at the bottom and then that will flip up like that. So similar concept to the Dyson. And to remove the bin, you've just got a couple of catches underneath, press those in, then the bin is removed. The Bosch does have something a little bit unique in the fact it's got a little switch here, and all you need to do is press that along, and what will happen is it's got a little part in here that will push and compress all of the dust and dirt within the bin. So I suppose it has a couple of advantages. First of all, that it can compress it, so in theory you could get a little bit more in there. Also, when it comes to emptying the bin, so when you've got the flap open, just press the lever along like that and it just helps remove all the dirt. When it comes to the filters on both vacuums, you've got HEPA filters, which is a really good high quality filtration to hopefully get rid of all the nasties in the air when you're vacuuming up. And to wash the filter on the Dyson, all you need to do is just twist that, remove the filter, give it a wash and let it dry for around 24 hours. On the Bosch, slightly different. So on this one, you don't actually wash it. All you need to do is when you remove the bin, like that, then all you do is you've got a little twisting part, and all you need to do is just twist that and all of the dirt will go into the bin. Or what you can do is, if you've got that open, just hold it over a bin and then just rotate that and it just cleans the filter inside. Now, something that can be frustrating when you're vacuuming is having a really loud vacuum cleaner. Now, what I've done is I've just downloaded an app onto my phone that can read decibels. I'm just going to compare the two on maximum suction from approximately a metre away. So just on here, you can just see that it says around 78 decibels. So I've just reset it, and let's have a look at the Bosch. And the maximum on that one is 71 decibels. What I'll do now is just show you the screens on the vacuums and the number of power levels. So on the Dyson, you've got 3 different power levels depending on the suction that's required. Also, what it does is it will actually show you the particles that you're picking up. Whether that's useful for you, only you can decide that. But I'll just show you the screen itself. So as you can see, it is quite a small screen on the vacuum, considering the size of it, but nevertheless, it's still very clear to read. As you go to the Bosch, completely different design. As we turn the vacuum on, you'll see you've got a slightly bigger screen. But what both vacuums will do is they will tell you the time remaining depending on which setting you've got it on. So if you've got it on, say, the Eco setting on this Bosch vacuum, then it will increase the time, and then if you go up to the Turbo setting, then it will reduce the time because the suction is enhanced. Next thing I want to show you are some of the tools and accessories that each model comes with. First of all, you do get the wall mounting dock, and all that does is you've got this bar that you can screw onto the wall, and then you can locate this, and you've got different tool caddies that you can actually locate the tools on as well. So that's a really good idea. As far as the tools to put on the vacuum, first of all, you've got this. This is the crevice nozzle. That's quite a standard design of a crevice tool, and that's really good if you want to get down the side of sofas, or if you had, say, your car seat. But sometimes, if you wanted to get down, say, the side of your car seat, because it's quite a rigid tool, then it can be a little bit difficult, and that's really where this one comes in. This is a flexible crevice nozzle, and the idea of this is that's designed to slot into the end, and then it just moves a little bit. Obviously, it only has a certain amount of movement, because if you try to flex it too much, then you're going to reduce the size here, and that will reduce the suction that you get. The final tool is this one. This is a furniture brush, and the idea is that you can rotate it, and so you can have it straight on like that, or if you just rotate it by 180 degrees, then it angles. And with this, it's just a soft brush, so if you wanted to vacuum over delicate areas, that's really the one to use. On the Dyson, first of all, you get this one. This is called a dusting and crevice tool, and this is actually part of the vacuum when you come to put the main pole on. But you can take it off if you want to, so if you just wanted to swap it for other tools, that's nice and easy. And that's quite a thin area at the end, and again, it's just got a very thin dusting brush at the end, so if you had quite a delicate area to go over, that could be the one to pick. You've also got this one. This is a combination tool. Now, this is a tool that Dyson have used for years on a lot of their cordless vacuums, and the idea of this is a combination of 2 different tools. So first of all, you've got quite a soft brush at the end. Then if you press the button in, like that, then it takes it down, and then you've got a little upholstery tool as well. Next one is this. This is called a hair screw tool, and this is a rotating brush, and the idea of this is it reduces the amount of hair that you get wrapped around it. So if you've got people in the household with long hair, or if you've got pets that molt, then if you wanted to vacuum, say, your sofa or stairs, then this could be a really, really good tool to use. And by having what they call an anti-tangle screw, then again, it just reduces the amount of hair that you get wrapped around it. It's never going to be fully bulletproof, and there may be a chance you might get hair wrapped around it, but at least with this design, it just reduces the chance of that. I did forget to mention that on the Bosch, you do get 1 main floor head. On the Dyson, you do get 2. First one is this one. This is the digital motor bar head, and that's quite a standard design for a Dyson cordless vacuum now. And it has got what they call hair removal vanes. So again, if you are vacuuming up things like pet hair, or even if you've got hairy family members, then that could be a real benefit. Then the final one to mention is this. So this is the fluffy optic head. And with this is ideal if you're vacuuming in hard surfaces, and what it will do is it will actually shine a light on the floor to hopefully show you where you've got any dirt left. You also get the wall mount with it as well, and as long as you integrate the charger with it when you first wall mount it, then when you put the Dyson onto dock, then it will charge at the same time. Exactly the same concept as the Bosch, unless you're using the fast charger, and that's slightly different. So enough talking now. What I want to do is to do a couple of comparisons where I'm actually going to use the vacuums to suck up different things. Now the first thing I've got on the carpet here are some porridge oats. Now I have found in the past when I've done some different suction comparison videos that some of the vacuums have struggled because the carpet here is, although it's quite a short pile, it's quite wiry, so some of the cereals have got almost a little bit ingrained to the carpet, but we'll see how we get on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of them onto the maximum suction to see how well they get on. Now, as an initial pass, I think the Bosch won that. Now the next test I want to do, again on the maximum suction, is to vacuum up some cornflakes. Now a lot of vacuum cleaners have struggled in the past because they're much bigger particles compared to vacuuming up something smaller like porridge oats. Anyway, let's see how we get on. So although the actual pickup ability on both of them wasn't too bad, I must say, as I pulled this back, so as I pulled the Dyson back, it has gathered some of the cornflakes back compared to the Bosch, which didn't gather as many. Now I've shown you a lot of the comparisons between the Bosch Unlimited 10 and the Dyson Gen 5. Which one would you pick? Would you go for the Bosch that's got the slightly smaller bin capacity, but it's got the longer runtime of 80 minutes, and also you've got the ability to charge it a lot quicker? Or would you go for the Dyson, where you've got the bigger bin capacity, you've got the washable filter, and also you've got the runtime that isn't quite as long at 70 minutes, but nevertheless still very impressive. Hope you enjoyed this video comparing the Dyson Gen 5 Detect and also the Bosch Unlimited 10 cordless vacuum cleaners. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. If you're looking for something in particular that I've not covered, then just pop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got either of these, so if you've got either the Dyson Gen 5 or the Bosch Unlimited 10 cordless vacuum cleaner, then let me know what you honestly think about it, because I do always appreciate the honest feedback. Thanks for joining me today.